Hello everyone, Neonstar here, and it's my birthday! Well, actually I'm recording this like 2 days before my birthday, so, I could get this video out in time. But the day I'm uploading this, it's my birthday! I'm not going off a script, I usually do, but for this video I'm just going off like a bullet point list, so this is gonna be a bit all over the place and unscripted, and you can probably tell. I guess the first thing I should talk about is my living situation. For like the week of Thanksgiving, we were kicked out of our house. My brother, he flooded the place. Like he stuffed toilet paper down the sink and then the whole house flooded. And it cost like $40,000 in damages. So everyone was kicked out of the house for Thanksgiving week. And my dad's girlfriend was really mad, and so she won't allow us to move back there. So we've been living in hotels for the past couple months. We've been staying at this one since like Christmas, like before Christmas. So it's been a couple of months. And this place is also not very good for sound quality. There's a lot of like people around making noise. It's near the highway. So there's just constant like cars going by. It's not like the best. And yeah, if you've seen my house video, you know that I've already been through getting kicked out of my house and living in a hotel room. Living in one room with your brother and dad constantly, it drives me up the wall. Not to mention this place isn't very good with pests. We've been seeing roaches around for a while, but we also had a huge gnat problem a couple weeks ago. Like, there was just a swarm of gnats. Like, you would look on the wall, and it was black with how many gnats there were. Luckily, my dad had, like, this fogging spray that killed most of them, so now we only see, like, one occasionally. And again, I'm sorry for the background noise if there's, like, stomping, and I can't cut it out. I don't have a script, so I can't, like, re-record my lines very often, so I can't, like, cut out the stomping and just, like, re-record it. So if you hear that, I'm very sorry. Casper's been doing well. We weren't allowed to have him in this place because they don't allow cats, but, like, a month ago, my dad's girlfriend just, like, kicked him out, so we had to take him back in, even though we weren't allowed to have him. But he's been doing fine. His birthday would be tomorrow. He doesn't have, like, an actual set birthday, so I usually just say it's the day after mine. So March 5th is the day I officially celebrate his birthday, and he'll be turning 15! He's gotten so old. I haven't been very on top of my art studies, because, I was studying, like, anatomy and, like, shapes and, all that stuff that you're supposed to study. Because, I wanted to learn that stuff. But because of the whole situation, I've kind of fallen behind. The last couple days, though, I've been, like, sitting down watching The Simpsons on TV, because, we're in a hotel, we have cable, we can watch Simpsons whenever they're on. But while that's on, I usually have been, drawing the FNAF animatronics, because I've been hyperfixating on FNAF for, like, a month now. Maybe 2. And so I've been having fun just figuring out how to draw shapes and the funny bear, Freddy Fazbear. I've also been falling behind on my Japanese studies, because, I've been trying to study Japanese, and, I was learning the grammar, and I was in the language structure, and I was learning all that, and then we got kicked out around November, and I haven't picked it up since, really, because it's just been a nightmare. But back on FNAF, I've been hyperfixating again. And hear so many songs, and I just get so many ideas, and I'm like, it's all FNAF all the time, Freddy Fazbear in my head. Man, I've been having trouble with my sleep schedule, too. It was like, I would wake up at like 2 a.m. and stay up all night, and then I would be able to get my brother out to school around like 6. And then, like, I would go to sleep sometime before the afternoon, and then wake up again, and then fall asleep at, like, 8. And then again, I'd wake up at, like, 2 a.m., and so it was just this constant cycle, which was fine, because I work a lot during the night, it's fine. And then I would get my brother to school, Because, if I'm asleep, I'm afraid of missing my alarm, and, he can't miss any more school. He missed like a month when we got kicked out of the house, so he can't. And Texas only allows you to have like 5 days off, and he missed like a month, so he can't miss any more school. So yeah, and then usually when I stay up all night, I leave the light above the oven on and turn off all the other lights so my brother can sleep. But one night it wasn't working, like it wasn't turning on, and so I just kept it off, and I ended up sleeping throughout the whole night, which is something I haven't done in ages. And so now my sleep schedule's all messed up. I'm waking up at like 4 a.m. instead of 2 a.m., so I'm losing like my whole night of work. So yeah, it's been a pain. Now I should probably talk about my upload schedule. So my plan for like upload schedules is pretty much every other Monday at 2 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. I think that's the Albuquerque time. But like 2 p.m. Monday, every other Monday, I upload like a story time video. And with the way I made the videos, it might be a bit confusing to you. So what I did when I started was I made like 5 videos plus like a PMV, so like 6 videos, before I uploaded anything. And then like a week after we got kicked out of the house was the time I decided I wanted to start uploading, so yay. I started uploading, but because I have that backlog, it might be a bit confusing. Basically, every time I record a video, it will go up like 2.5 months after I finish editing it and stuff. So, if you watch a storytime video, it's likely it was recorded like 2.5 months before. So there's like a gap. So if you've like come up with any like constructive criticism like I've seen before, like someone recommending I put music in the outro, it's gonna take a while for those criticisms to actually get implemented, because you're seeing me like 2.5 months before. Also, I haven't been responding to the comments as much as I'd like to, just because I get like a terrible anxiety. It's like, I don't know, what if I respond and then they're like, oh my god, you're actually an asshole? Like I'm not good with like social cues and stuff. I don't know if what I'm responding with is actually like appropriate. And also just like anxiety, because I would get like a spike of anxiety every time I get a comment notification, so I just turn those off. And so I only see comments whenever I check YouTube Studio, which I do often enough, but sometimes it'll be like, oh, this person posted this comment like 6 hours ago. It's too late to respond. If you respond now, they'll wonder why the hell you didn't respond earlier, and then they'll hate you. So yeah, just my irrational anxieties about responding to comments. I am trying to be more diligent with that, though. I've also been getting sick every month. Like, I got horrible laryngitis, like, the day I started uploading. Like, the first video I uploaded, I was, like, sick as a dog. And then every month since, I've gotten laryngitis or something similar. And it just sucks, I hate being sick. And I didn't get sick at all, like, when we moved and while we've been here, and then the moment we get kicked out, I get sick immediately. I've been thinking that maybe the reason I've been getting sick is the smell of dog pee. Because we've had our dog in this hotel room. We've been to like 3 different ones, but this one allows dogs, and Dad's girlfriend kicked him out, so we had to take him in. But he also just like, he's old. He's gonna be turning 14 in April, He's an old dog. And he pees just everywhere, all the time. And so just the smell of dog pee is just like sinking into the floorboards, And the smell of dog pee and the ammonia can make you really sick, so that might be why I've been getting sick so often, at least in this apartment. And then like, my dad, he works all day, and so he just disappears without cleaning up the dog pee most of the time, and I just have to deal with everything myself. And I don't have a job right now. I talk about this more in an upcoming video, but I have terrible agoraphobia. It sucks. Things suck. All I do all day is, make content for YouTube and art, and then, watching my little brother all day. 'Cause, I love the life of a stay-at-home sister. I love that so much. I didn't mean for this update to turn into just me complaining for 10 minutes, or however long this is gonna turn out to be. So, I'm sorry. It's just a lot's been going on, and I don't have a lot of positive updates, Ugh, my back hurts. Speaking of complaining, my setup's been pretty terrible. My setup for recording before was a fold-up table and a garden chair, and I honestly prefer that to what it is now. Sitting at a hotel table and whatever chair they provide, just spending all day sitting, and it hurts my back. And then I record my videos on this hotel bed under a blanket, so I'm bent over because the weight of the blanket. So yeah, I'm just all kinds of uncomfortable. And I'm also sorry if my videos have been feeling a bit lazy. 'Cause, I don't have a lot of time to work on videos right now. I mean, it might seem like I have all the time in the world, but, honestly, the days have just been blending together. It's been a couple months, but it feels like it's been a week here. And it's I don't know where my time is going. And so I've been, using the character sprites more often instead of, actually drawing out what I'm talking about. And I feel bad doing that, but it's I don't have a lot of time. Yeah. I'd also like to ask if you'd like to see more PMVs and, actual animation stuff. Because I get ideas for them all the time, but, was just wondering if you'd like to see that more often. Since I upload every other week, I'm thinking that if I do animations, those would be on the in-between Mondays. And so it would be a weekly thing. Not every week, but, just in between the storytime videos. So you'd still get your storytime videos. There would just be more content in between the storytime videos. But that would also require me to take the time and actually, draw that out. And I haven't had the time. But anyway, it's my birthday. Completely forgot that was the whole point of this video, huh? I'm probably not going to be doing any kind of huge celebrations. I asked my dad for cake, and he's supposed to go to the store today, March 2nd, but, I don't know if he's actually going to get me anything, like a cake or anything. I'm wanting Sanchi FNAF plushes. I want Freddy Fazbear. I want the funny bear. I want him. But yeah, my birthday's been pretty depressing. In fact, my dad wasn't even sure if he would have the money to actually get me anything. But I hope I get stuff. I like receiving gifts. But yeah, money's been real tight. I can't work because of my medical issues, and my dad, he tries and he works so long, but he does not get enough money for us to, move out. We're not sure if we can actually get back to Albuquerque or not. We were banking on getting, a huge tax return. That way we could actually, run away from Texas, move back to Albuquerque. My dad says if he could go back in time, he'd punch himself so he'd never move to Texas, because we hate it here so much. It's been so unfortunate for us. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, the tax return. But because his girlfriend ended up using her, property tax to help fix her house up, which they did, by the way. She's been living, in her huge house with her well-paying job, and she's forcing my dad to pay out his tax money to her. And so now we can't move out. Even though we're, living in poverty, stuck in a hotel room, hugely depressed because we can't, afford basic toiletries and stuff. And she has a well-paying job and a nice house, and she's forcing us to pay our tax money. Yeah, I haven't been too happy about that. So whether or not we're actually going to be staying in Texas or going to Albuquerque, it's up in the air. You have a better idea of what we're doing than I do, Things have just been really tough. But hey, it's my birthday! Yay! Sorry, I didn't mean to be such a downer. I just wanted to, give an update for my audience about where I've been, how things have been. So, I'm sorry if I, depressed you or made you feel sorry for me. You know, I'm not trying to make you feel sorry for me. I'm just trying to give an update. I was actually thinking about maybe opening up some kind of thing for, like, money donations. But I feel bad doing that, you know? I can't do Patreon because I have, like, nothing to offer for memberships. And I felt awkward asking for money, you know, especially since I have such a small audience right now. On a side note, though, we hit 300 views for my first grade video. I wasn't expecting that. I'm honestly, like, so touched that it's been so well received. Every comment has been positive and nice. It's been so wonderful to make content for you all. You know, I've been wanting to do YouTube since, like, 2014. But, you know, I was a minor, so I'm actually glad I didn't end up doing it. But, you know, I'm turning 19 today. Or, the day you see this, you know. But I'm turning 19, and I've finally gotten to do this. It's been so wonderful to see you all. And I'm almost at 100 subscribers. I'm probably not going to do anything for 100 subscribers because I have no ideas. So if you have any ideas, feel free to put them down in the comments. Oh, and by the way, on Monday, there is going to be an upload for Pets Part 2. So if you'd like to, you know, do anything, like any kind of course of action, I'd recommend you watch Pets Part 1. I just updated the thumbnail for it and everything, but it did so terribly when it uploaded. It's got like 60 views in like the last month, and that's wild because every other video has surpassed it. And it's really weird because you'd think more people would want to watch the video with like a cat and a dog in the thumbnail, but nope. Video did not do well. So if you'd like to support me, go watch that video, and then stay tuned for Monday because I'm going to be uploading Part 2. And it might be out when you see this if you're not watching this the day it uploads. But really, I am so blessed to have all these nice comments and nice attention being lavished upon me. And, you know, I'm not sure if I deserve it, but, you know, I'm trying my best. So, thank you all for watching this video. I don't think I have anything else to really update about. I'd ask you to subscribe, but MadPat says that you're supposed to only have, like, instead of saying like and subscribe, you should focus on, like, only liking, because if you say too many things at once, then people aren't gonna do it. So, go watch Pets Part 1. Pets Part 2 is coming out in a couple days. Thanks everyone for watching this. I hope you all have a good day. I hope I'm having a good day the day this uploads, because, you know, it's my birthday! But seriously, thank you all for watching. Bye!